Let us now begin with exercise 13.3. First question. A metallic sphere of radius 4.2 centimeters is melted. So I have a sphere of radius 4.2 centimeters melted and recast into the shape, recast means it's melted and remade, into the shape of a cylinder of radius 6 centimeters. Find the height of the cylinder. Easy. So this is getting formed as this. So think like you're remolding this and forming. So like a clay, taking the sphere and making a cylinder. Volumes are equal. So radius of sphere 4.2 centimeters. Radius of cylinder 6 centimeters. Height of cylinder is what we want. So volume of sphere is equal to volume of cylinder. Volume of sphere, what's the volume of sphere? 4 by 3 pi r cube is equal to volume of cylinder pi r square h. The r here is of the sphere, the r here is of the cylinder, height also of cylinder. Pi cancels. 4 by 3 into r of sphere 4.2 whole cube is equal to r of cylinder 6 square into h cylinder. 4 by 3 into 4.2 into 4.2 into 4.2 is equal to 36 HCY. Shift this 36 down. 4 ones are 4, 4 nines are 36. 3 ones are 3.4, 3 threes are 9, 3 ones are same 1.4. So 1.4 into 1.4 into 1.4, there's another 3 here, sorry, there's another 3 here, so cancel this also, 3 and 1.4. So you get 1.4 into 1.4 into 1.4 is equal to HCY. How much is that? 2.744 centimeters is equal to the height of the cylinder. Question 2. Metallic spheres of radii 6 cm, 8 cm and 10 cm respectively are melted to form a single solid sphere. Find the radius of the resulting sphere. So we have 6 spheres. One radius is 6, the other one's radius is 8 and the other one's radius is 10. All these are melted to form one big solid sphere. You have to find the radius of this sphere. Okay. So let's just say this one is R1, R2, R3 and the result is R. So can I say if this is V1, V2, V3, all these three add up to this one's V? Yes, because I'm melting and I'm using. So if I take a little bit of clay from here, clay from here, clay from here and I make a big ball, so all the clays add up. So all the three are contributing to this one's volume. So therefore we can say let R1 be 6 centimeters, R2 be 8 centimeters, R3 be 10 centimeters. And let R be the radius of the resulting sphere. So therefore V1 plus V2 plus V3 is equal to V. 4 by 3 pi R1 cube plus 4 by 3 pi R2 cube plus 4 by 3 pi R3 cube is equal to 4 by 3 pi R cube. See, if you separately find 4 by 3 pi R1 cube, then go to 4 by 3 pi R2 cube, you can do that also. Find V1 separately, V2 separately, V3 separately and then add it. But you will be wasting a lot of time calculating 4 by 3 into pi so many times. Here, whenever you have volumes equal, most of the times pi gets cancelled. So here also you will see pi will cancel. Look, 4 by 3 pi take common. R1 cube plus R2 cube plus R3 cube is equal to 4 by 3 pi into R cube. 4 by 3 pi cancels. Now substitute R1 is 6. 6 cube plus 8 cube plus 10 cube is equal to R cube. 6 cube. 216 plus 8 cube 512 plus 1000 is equal to R cube. So if you are adding all that, 1000, 512, 216, 827, 1728. So 1728 is equal to R cube. R is equal to cube root of 1728. Do the prime factorization. 1728, 2 8s are 16. Remainder 1, 2 6s are 12, 2 4s are 8. 2 4 3 2, 2 2 1 6, 2 1 0 8, 2 5 4, 2 2s are 4, 7s are 3, 9s are 3 3 3 1. Okay, so group in pairs of 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. So you can write this as cube root of 2 cube into 2 cube into 3 cube. So R is equal to cube root, so 2 cube and this will get cancelled, 2, 2, 3. When 2 cube comes outside the cube root, 3 will go. 2 cube again 3 will go. 3 cube, the cube will again go. So R is equal to 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12. 12 centimeters. So the radius of the resulting sphere is 12 centimeter. Question 3. A 20-meter deep well with diameter 7 meters is dug. So from this ground here, we have dug a well which is 20 meters deep and diameter 7. So radius is 7 by 2. The earth from digging is evenly spread out to form a platform. So we are taking this mud that is coming out and we are forming a platform. Which is 22 meter by 14 meter. Find the height of the platform. They are asking this height. Whatever mud I dig over here, that mud only is going to be used as a platform, for the platform. So this one's volume should be equal to this one's volume. So I can therefore say volume of well dug is equal to volume of platform. They want to find the height of the platform. So before that, so cylinder, what is the radius of the cylinder? 7 by 2 meters. Height of the cylinder 20 meters. For the platform, what is the length? 22 meters. Breadth 14 meters. Height not given. Substitute here, volume of the well dug, pi r square h, it's in the form of a cylinder. Platform, L into B into H. This one's H and this one's H is different, so please, we'll differentiate it, HP, height of platform, okay. This height, let it be height of cylinder. 22 by 7, r square, 7 by 2 into 7 by 2 into 20 is equal to 22 into 14 into HP. 22 cancels. 7 here cancels. 2 1s are 2 10s are. 7 into 10 by 2 is equal to 14 HP. 14 comes down. 7 into 10 by 2 into 14 is equal to HP. 7 1s are 7 2s are. 2 1s are 2 5s are. 5 by 2 is equal to HP. Height of the platform is either 5 by 2 meters or 2.5 meters. Before we go into the next question, let's understand something about hollow cylinders that have considerable thickness. Now here we have a cylinder with good amount of thickness, okay, you can be fatter also. If I ask you what is the capacity of this, that means how much substance can it hold. Then you should just tell me this inside volume. Whatever, see if I have to pour anything, I will pour it inside this hole. So I'll pour water or whatever I want inside this. So the capacity of this is nothing but the inner volume. If I ask you how much material is there here, how much material is used to make this container? Full container, the outside radius, minus inside's volume will give you this volume. Do you agree? Full container, take that full pi r square h. From this, how much ever is there inside, that one's volume, you remove it. Then you will get this part. Yes, you will get only this material. Agreed? So how do we take this formula? Big radius pi r square h minus small cylinder pi r square h. Both their heights are same. Pi r square h outer cylinder minus inner cylinder pi r square h, or pi h common r square minus r square. I hope you understood how this formula came. So question 4. A well of diameter 3 meters is dug 14 meters deep. So the well's diameter is 3 meters. It is dug 14 meters deep. The earth taken out has been spread evenly around it in the shape of a circular ring. Now the earth that we have removed from here is not put on a separate platform. It is spread around this only, in a circular ring form. The width of that circular ring is 4. This is 4. To form an embankment, so I'll keep putting. So this part will form one kind of embankment. Yes, so this will be like a small cylinder. If I keep putting the mud around it, it will start building on the height. Yes, so this will form like a small cylinder. Find the height of the embankment. Volume of the mud dug is itself equal to volume of embankment. Agreed? Whatever mud I am removing, that only I am using to make the volume to make the embankment. So I can say volume of mud dug is nothing but the volume of the embankment. Volume of mud dug is nothing but volume of cylinder. This is a cylinder. Volume of embankment is nothing but volume of hollow cylinder. Volume of cylinder there is the mud dug pi r square h. Volume of hollow cylinder we just saw pi h into r square minus r square. Now we have to differentiate between all the r's. R here will be 3 by 2. This is 3 by 2, this is 3 by 2. This here, this part also 4. So small radius r is nothing but 3 by 2. 3 by 2 plus 4 will be the big radius. That is nothing but 11 by 2. Take LCM, you will get 11 by 2. Height of the well 14. So this is height of well 14. This is h of embankment. We don't know. We want that. They want to find the height of the embankment. Pi cancels. Small r here. 3 by 2 the whole square. Height of the well 14. Is equal to height of embankment we want to find. R square 11 by 2 square minus 3 by 2 square. So this will become 3 square 9. 9 by 4 into 14 is equal to HE into 11 square 121 by 4 minus 9 by 4. We'll keep this as it is, we'll cancel later. 121 minus 9. 112 by 4. 2 2s are 2 7s are 2 2s are 2, 5s are 10, 6. 2 1s are 2, 2s are 4, 8s are 16. 9 into 7 by 2 is equal to HE into 28. 28 comes down. 9 into 7 by 2 into 28 is equal to HE. 7 1s are 7 4s are. HE is equal to 9 by 8 meters. In decimal, how much will you get? 1.125 meters is the height of the embankment. Question 5. A container shaped like a right circular cylinder having diameter 12 centimeter and height 15 centimeters full of ice cream. So we have a cylinder here whose height is 15 centimeter, diameter is 12, so radius is 6. This ice cream is to be filled into cones of height 12 centimeter and diameter 6 centimeter having a hemispherical shape on top. It's filled into ice cream cones whose diameter is given as 6, so this radius is 3, and height of the cone is given as 12. Find the number of such cones which can be filled with ice cream. See, such a big tub of ice cream, I can obviously fill many cones, but all this ice cream together will be equal to the volume of all the cones. Meaning, all this ice cream is coming from this. How many ice cream cones do you have? We don't know. Let's say there are n ice cream cones. So I can say volume of the tub is equal to the volume of all n ice cream cones put together. So volume of the ice cream tub or cylinder is equal to n into volume of cone. Ice cream cone, not just cone, ice cream cone, because there is a hemisphere on top. Agreed? Yeah. So volume of cylinder is equal to n into volume of ice cream, because all this ice cream itself is used to give ice cream to all these individual cones. What is the radius of the cylinder? 6 centimeter. Height of cylinder? 15 centimeters. Is it all in centimeters? Yes. For cone, radius of cone is equal to 3 centimeters. Height of cone 12 centimeters. Radius of hemisphere is same as this. Agreed? Yes. Now let's substitute. Cylinder formula, volume of cylinder, pi r square h. Cylinders are cylinder's height. N is the number of cones. Volume of each ice cream cone is volume of cone plus volume of hemisphere. Pi r square h, cylinder, n into volume of cone 1 by 3 pi r square h. This is cone's height is also of cone, plus 4 by hemispheres 2 by 3. 2 by 3 pi r cube. R is also here, cone and hemisphere same, so I write cone. You can take pi common there. Pi r square cy h cy n, take out the pi, you can also take the 3 common. Yes, so 3 will take out and pi will take out. R square of cone into h of cone plus 2, pi and 3 have gone out, r cone cube. Pi pi cancels. What is the R of the cylinder? 6 square. Height of the cylinder? 15 is equal to n by 3 into R of cone 3 square, H of cone 12 plus 2 into 3 cube. 6 square 36. 36 into 15 is equal to n by 3 into 3 square 9 into 12 plus 2 into 3 cube is 27. 36 into 15 is equal to n by 3 into 9 into 12, 108, 27 into 2, 54. 36 into 15 is equal to n by 3 into 108 plus 54. 108 plus 50, 158. 158 plus 4, 162. Will 3 and 162 cancel? Yes, they will. How? 1 plus 6 plus 2, 9. 9 is divisible by 3, therefore these two numbers can cancel. 1s are, 3 5s are 15, remainder 1, 3 4s are 12. So 36 into 15, send the 54 down, is equal to n. 9 4s are 36, 9 6s are 54. 2 2s are, 2 3s are, 3 1s are, 3 5s are. N is equal to 10. So 10 ice cream cones are possible to get. How many silver coins 1.7 centimeters in diameter and of thickness 2 millimeter? Silver coin is like this, right? Or any coin. So it's in the form of a cylinder. Agreed? So there are many such coins. How many such coins must be melted to form a cuboid of dimensions? We are forming a big cuboid, melting all these coins. 5.5 centimeters by 10 centimeters by 3.5 centimeters. The radius of this diameter is given as 1.75, so I can take this as 1.75 by 2, and thickness is 2 millimeters. So height is 2 millimeter. We have to convert that to centimeters. So first, what can we say about this? All these coins put together is going to give you the cuboid. So I'm melting each coin I'm putting. So how many coins am I melting? N coins. Each coin is having some volume. So each one is contributing to this one's volume. So I can say, let the number of coins be n. N to volume of one coin or each coin is equal to volume of cuboid. Agreed? So before we go ahead, cylinder's radius 1.75 by 2 centimeters. Cylinder's height 2 millimeter, converted to centimeter, 2 by 10 centimeter or 1 by 5. Cuboid's length 5.5 centimeters, breadth 10 centimeters, height 3.5 centimeters. N into volume of each coin is nothing but the formula of cylinder, pi r square h. This one's h and this one's h is different, so I will just name this as hc, meaning h of cuboid. So volume of cuboid, L into B into h, C. N into 22 by 7 into 1.75 by 2 into 1.75 by 2 into h 1 by 5 is equal to 5.5 into 10 into 3.5. Two ones are, 2 11s are, 5 ones are, 5 zeros are, 5 3s are 15, 5 5s are, 7 ones are, 7, 0s are 5s are. So n into 11 into 1.75 into 0.05 divided by 2 is equal to 5.5 into 10 into 3.5. N is equal to 5.5 into 10 into 3.5. Shift all this up and down. So 2 will go up into 2 divided by 11 into 1.75 into 0.05. On solving this, you will get n is equal to 400. Therefore, 400 silver coins are required to form the cuboid. Question 7. A cylindrical bucket 32 centimeters high and with radius 18 centimeters. So, we have a bucket here 32 centimeters high and radius 18 centimeters. Is filled with sand. The bucket is emptied on the ground and a conical heap of sand is formed. If I take the mud and I pour it like this, if I empty the bucket, what? A sand heap will form. It will be in the form of a cone. Agreed? Yes. If the height of the conical heap is 24 centimeters, find the radius and slant height of the heap. They are asking find R and find L. Easy question. Volume of bucket should be equal to volume of heap. That is nothing but volume of cylinder should be equal to volume of cone. So, radius of the cylinder 18 centimeters, height of cylinder 32 centimeters, radius of cone, we don't know, height of cone 24 centimeters. They even asking to find the length of the cone. So, volume of bucket is equal to volume of heap. Volume of bucket pi r square h. That is nothing but cylinder, cylinder. Volume of heap 1 by 3 pi r square h. Is it the same r and h? No. It is of cone and cone. Pi pi cancels. Substitute. 18 square into 32 is equal to 1 by 3 into r of cone is what we want to find, h of cone given as 24. So, 18 into 32 is equal to r of cone square into 24 by 3. Send the 3 here. 18 into 32 into 3 divided by 24 is equal to r of cone square. 3 ones are 3 eights are, 2 fours are 2 16s are, 2 twos are 2 nines are, 2 ones are 2 nines are. 9 into 16 is equal to r of cone square. You want square, so create squares here. 9 square, 16 can be written as 4 square is equal to r of cone square. See, that's why don't multiply the whole thing when you have squares, cubes. See, my job became easy. Otherwise, you would multiply this, find one big number, then find square root of that. So, keep it as it is and try to make your math simpler. So, this will become square root of 9 square into 4 square is equal to r of cone. 9 square comes out 9, 4 square comes out 4 is equal to r of cone square. So, the cone, that heap is 36 centimeters. Now, they have also asked us to find the L. So, L of the cone is equal to root of r cone square plus h cone square. Root of r cone is 36 square, h cone, what was the h cone? 24 plus 24 square. You will get this as root of 1872. Do the prime factorization of this, you will find it as 12 square into 13, 12 comes out, 12 root 13 centimeters. Question 8. Water in a canal 6 meters wide and 1.5 meters deep is flowing with a speed of 10 km per hour. They have given breadth and height, which means they mean to say that the canal is in the form of a cuboid. Breadth given is 6, height given is 1.5. But do we know the length of the canal? No, we don't. And there is water flowing in it. How much area will it irrigate in 30 minutes? They've given speed and they've given time. How much water will it irrigate in 30 minutes if 8 centimeters of standing water is needed? This water is taken and it is put on a land where 8 centimeters of standing water. So I am pouring water in this. 8 centimeters standing water should be there. So how much is this area? How much is this area? In such questions, canal problems, please remember, we'll get the length of the canal by multiplying speed into time. See, speed is distance by time. Speed into time, distance. So if I have the speed and I have the time, I'll get distance. So I'll use the speed into time to get distance or length of the canal. Is this really the length of the canal? No. It is the apparent length of the canal, which means, see, this much is the pipe. Let's say in 1 second, this much water can flow through this much pipe. So in 2 seconds, this much pipe. In 3 seconds, this much pipe. Does that mean the pipe is so long? No. It just means it is the same as taking 3 pipes together or taking 1 pipe 3 times for 3 seconds. Yes. If it's so confusing and you're not able to understand why, just understand one thing. In canal problems, if they give you the speed and the time, we will take that to be our apparent length. We calculate apparent length, which is nothing but the length of the canal in our normal numerical, to be equal to speed into time. I repeat, if you're not able to understand the gist of it, in simple terms, speed is given, time is given, length is not given. So say apparent length is equal to speed into time. That's all. Now, the other thing that we need to understand in this question is, so we get to know the volume of water coming from the canal. Where is this volume of water going? It is going to irrigate this land. When we are going to irrigate this land, they are asking how much area is irrigated if the height is 8 centimeters. 8 centimeter water has to be standing. How much area? I don't know whether this is cuboid or it is cylindrical or what is it. But we all have to understand this. Volume can also be written as area into height. I don't know the shape. Cuboid, circular, that is cylindrical, I don't know. See how? L into B into H is the volume of cuboid. What is L into B? Area. Pi r square H, cylinder. Pi r square, area. In short, volume can also be written as area into height. So in this question, they are asking us to find the area. So I hope it's clear. Two new things we learnt in this question. If speed and time is given and there's no, if a dimension, if a length is not given, take the apparent length to be equal to the speed into time. Next, volume is also equal to area into height. Now let's solve this problem. For the canal, breadth given is 1.5 meters. 6 meters. Height given is 1.5 meters. Now, length of the canal. We don't have length of the canal here. They have given speed of the water. Speed of flow of water 10 kilometer per hour. Time of flow given as T, let's say this is S, 30 minutes. This is hour, this is minutes, so I'll convert this to minutes. 10 kilometer, 1 hour is 60 minutes. So I'll write 1 hour as 60 minutes. 0, 0 cancel. So kilometer per minute. 1 by 6 kilometer per minute. This is 30 minutes. From this, I say apparent length of canal or equivalent length of canal. Apparent length of canal, speed into time, 1 by 6 into 30. 1 by 6 kilometer per minute into 30 minutes. Minute will go 6 ones are 6 fives. 5 kilometer. Convert everything to meters because everything else is given in meters. 5,000 meters. So length 5,000 meters, breadth 6 meters and height 1.5 meters. You have to find the area of the region where it's irrigated, it's watered. So now we can say volume of water from the canal is equal to volume of area irrigated or land irrigated. Water in the canal, L into B into H. Land irrigated, area into height. This is the height of the water, standing water. So say standing water. Okay. Length into breadth into height. 5,000 into 6 into 1.5 is equal to area into height. Height is 8 centimeter converted to meter, 8 by 100. H of standing water is given as 8 centimeter converted to meter, 8 by 100 meter. On solving this, 5,000, so we will take this 10 and use it to multiply it with 1.5. So 500, use this 10 with this, into 6 into 15 is equal to area into 2 4s are 2 50s are 2 2s are 2 25s are 2 by 25. Shift it. 500 into 6 into 15 into 25 by 2, 1s are 3s are is equal to area. On multiplying we get the area as 562500 meter square. Question 9. A farmer connects a pipe of internal diameter 20 centimeters from a canal into a cylindrical tank in her field. So we have a pipe of 20 centimeters diameter connected to a cylindrical tank which is 10 meters in diameter, so 5 meters here and 2 meters deep. If water flows through the pipe at the rate of speed is given, (3 kilometer per hour), find the time taken to fill the tank. Have they given the length of the canal? I mean the length of the pipe. This, it's connected to the canal and it's going to a cylindrical tank. So there is canal here. This pipe is connected from here to there. Have they given the length of the pipe? No. If pipe length or any length is not given, you will take apparent length to be speed into time. Same method we are going to do here. So we don't know this length, that is nothing but the height. So 20 centimeters. So let's start this problem. First we will talk about pipe. Pipe's diameter is given as 20 centimeter. So radius will be 20 by 2, 10 centimeter. But I want it in meters. So 10 by 100 meters, which is 0.1 meters. Now, do I have the height of the pipe? This length of the pipe, nothing but height. I don't have it, but I know speed and let's say the time is t. So rate of flow or speed of water given as 3 kilometer per hour. 3 kilometer per hour. Let us take the time to fill the tank be t hours. Therefore, height, apparent height of pipe, unknown dimension is always speed into time. So apparent height of the pipe h is nothing but speed into time. What is the speed? 3 kilometer per hour. What is the time? T hours. R cancels. 3t kilometer. Converted to meters, 3t into 1000 meters. So we have the radius and the height of this cylinder. Now let's go to the tank. For the tank, what is the radius? 5 meters. They have only given 10 meters, so 10 by 2, 5 meters. And the height of the tank, 2 meters. Water coming from the pipe should be equal to the water in the tank. So let's just say this is RT and HT, okay? So volume of water from the pipe should be equal to volume of water entering the tank or filling the tank. That's the total volume of the tank. Pi r square h is equal to pi r square h. Here it is tanks r and tanks h. Here it is pipes r and pipes h. Pi cancels. What is the r of the pipe? The r of the pipe is 0.1 meters. 0.1 square, or I can say 1 by 10 whole square. What is the height? We just found it here. 3t into 1000 is equal to RT, radius of the tank. Radius of the tank given in the question is 5 meters. So 5 square. Height of the tank 2. So now we have to solve this for t. So 1 by 100 into 3t into 1000 is equal to 25 into 2. 0, 0, 0, 0 cancels. 3t is equal to 25 into 2. 25 into 2, 50. T is equal to 50 by 3 hours. Why hours? Because we told that let time be t hours. It depends on which unit you choose. If you choose a different unit here, instead of t hours, if you choose seconds, then you'll have kilometer by hour into second. Again, quantity will change. So try to choose same time. Okay. So now we have 50 by 3 hours. If you want to convert this to minutes, 50 by 3 into 60 minutes. 1s are 20s are 5 2s are 10, 10 and followed by 2 zeros. So here you get 3t into 10 is equal to 25 into 2, 50. T is equal to 50 by 3 into 10. 3 will go down, 10 will go down. 0, 0 cancels. T is equal to 5 by 3. 5 by 3 what? Hours, second, minute, hours. Why hours? Because we told let the time taken be t hours. Now if I just change it here from t hours to t minutes, is my job done? No. If you take this as t minutes, please observe, this will be minutes. If this is minutes and this is hours, they will not cancel. So whatever time you take should be the same quantity in both speed and time, then only it will get cancelled. Be careful, choose your time in such a way that they get cancelled when you multiply speed into time. So now here we have 5 by 3 hours. If you want to convert it to minutes, 5 by 3 into 60 minutes. 3 ones are 3 20s are 5 into 20 100. So take 100 minutes.